Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another War of the Visions video, and Halloween Frederika is finally coming to global this Wednesday. That's right, we had to wait until Halloween week to get our new Halloween unit. The outrage has been uncontainable, but we've got here. So let's take a look at her, see if she's worth pulling, kind of talk about what team she could work in. Maybe your account's set up for her, maybe it's not. Let's find out right now. Okay, let's start the video off by reminding you, if you're not playing on the Amazon App Store version of the game, and you can, I highly recommend it. You can save up to 20% on all your Visior like I do it, all the other content creators do it. We do it for a reason because it saves us a bunch of money. So there you go, there's my plug for the Amazon App Store version of the game. Let's go on. Let's talk about Frederika a little bit. And I think we'll start where we always do, with her statistics. Now keep in mind, Frederika is meant to be an innovation. We're starting this Halloween off with a new word. Back to the stats. Okay, an evasive damage dealer, right? So let's check her stats. Let's focus on the 120. You can look at the rest if you want to, but I'm going to focus on the 120 and see if she can do her job. She's got kind of middling HP, I would say, at 3173. It's not bad, but it's not great. 544 attack, that's nice. You can really build off of that. 66 agility, she's quick, which is extra important for an evasion unit. Her luck at 262 is plenty good. Dex at 256, again, that's fine. Move 3, jump 2, that's better than average. If we go down to her resist, she's going to be good against lightning units and not so good against wind units, obviously. Kind of weak to slash, a little bit of a red flag there, but very good against pierce, good against missile, incredibly weak against strike, and actually kind of strong against magic. Okay, I think these stats are going to be plenty good enough to accomplish her job, right? Like, I'm not blown away by her stats at all, but they are just fine for an evasion unit who's meant to deal a lot of damage. They just don't leap off the page. Let's look at her kit though, and let's see if she can, like, let's see what she's got in her kit to help her work here. Okay, let's start with her master ability. This is a really good one. She has the elemental master ability. We'd like to see that. Then that 15% extra attack helps get her attack stat up to what it was, and 5 evasion. Okay, that's perfect. That plays right into who she is. What about her TMR? Well, here's a little better look at it, right? I think this TMR is decent, maybe like really niche good. I would not suggest building her up just for access to this TMR, but if you get it, maybe there is a use for this single target resistance on critical hit, maybe for like PvE, maybe it's just another layer that you can add to do more damage in PvE, something like that. I don't know. I don't see myself using this TMR all of the time, but there it is. Now, I want to shout out a couple more things with her. Let's go to her skills. First, this Fencer's Secret, this support ability right here. Oh man, excuse me. This support, what? Wait, I was gonna go for a water, but I could go for this delicious Monster Energy drink. Hashtag, I'm not sponsored by them, but they should sponsor me. Anyway, Fencer's Secret. Yes, this is like insanely good. Like, look at this buff. Attack plus 30%, defense pin 40, and evasion 12. It is everything she wants wrapped up into one support package. And then you can use another one. You can use another one. If you want to go crit hard to the face build, boom, right here, you have Deadly Sword Technique. If you're just going for a more generic evasion focused build, I think Shadow Running is where you go. Get that agility and luck up. I think that's your core right there. Those three, you're going to play with those. Now, there might be some map scenarios where you need move and jump +1, but really, I mean, you're going Fencer's Secret all day, every day, and then mixing in one of these other two depending on what you want. Counter abilities. Okay, her new job, which is a duelist, it's called Duelist in Global, it's called Fencer and JP. React Mirage, chance to counter physical damage 30% and decrease the accuracy of the person hitting her by 25. The range is a little limited, but it's decent. This is an interesting one. I don't know if I'm using this one because I really do like Dragon Sword. The counter attack that's a heal a little bit. I really like that. I don't know. Her counter abilities aren't super good, but I think you probably run either React Mirage or Dragon Sword. This is a weakness for her, in my opinion, is her counter moves. Now, let's look at her main job kit and see what we're getting, right? New job, what do we got? Okay, Sharp Edge. This is as a boosted crit chance, 35%, long range, right? Range height 1, cheap to use, 7 casts. This is what I always like to call the auto attack replacement. If you're just in a PvE situation where you just need to use an ability over and over and over again, here you go, you have Sharp Edge, and it's going to crit, so that's nice. Okay, next one, Responsive Attitude. This is a really good buff. This might be like one of her most important abilities in her whole kit, especially if she's going evasion. You're going to want this on, and you're going to want her popping it right before she gets into combat, right? So just keep that in mind based on maps and all that. This is an evasion rate 25 buff, and single target resist 20 for 3 turns for self, 2 uses, 26 TP, so it'll generate you about 13 AP. Really, really good. Cast this thing. Okay, next, another buff, offense and defense. This is an AoE resist buff, 15, for not only herself but also for allies, which is pretty cool, right? This is another way of getting some AoE resist into your team beyond gear and vision cards, so I think this could have some uses. Then it gives a 10 AP restore when performing a critical hit. Think about how like Cloud's buff that buffs attack also does the same thing. Really, really cool. Okay, Whirl Slash. Here is a point base, right? Based on your character, AoE. Think of like Earthen Glory from a Lancer, right? 170% damage, again, boosted crit chance by 35, and decreases the crit rate by 40 for 3 turns for the people that you're hitting. Really interesting move here. I think if the AI can use this, they will, because you can see in her main job, this is her only area of effect attack. So she's going to close, the AI will prioritize closing the gap on grouped units and popping this move. It costs 32 AP, which is a little bit expensive, but it does have 3 uses. Okay, next up, Rapid Cut, which gets upgraded to Rapid Drain. This is a defense debuff, right? 30 for 3 turns, then 165% damage, 2-hit chain, 4 uses, and you will absorb 30% of the damage done. Here you can see it's got range 3, range height 1. This will be another one of her core moves. It's not point blank. She can use it from range, multi-hit chaining attack, and with like earth slashers like Zazan, who has a big chaining attack himself, this is going to be a really important move for her. Next, her job level 25 ability, which is not particularly overpowered. It is a pierce and magic resist buff, 3 turns for self only. Man, if this was a group buff, I would like it more. As it is, I don't think this is particularly great. And if we're going to put like, let me put the stats back on the screen for a second here. Maybe it's a case for stopping at level 115 if you're comfortable losing, all of that attack, right? The problem with stopping at 115, in my opinion, is you're dropping attack from 544 to 472. So, keep that in mind. It's a thought, right? It's just a thought. Let's check out the rest of her main job's sub-job abilities. So, Fencer, she has a move 1 crit rate 25 buff. Okay, cool. More movement's a good thing, and more crit seems nice. And then Hit Break, which is it's a line-based AoE 3 with an accuracy debuff for 3 turns. Now, I want to point out a couple more things here. 1, she has access to Dragoon sub-job, but critically does not have Dragon Dive. So she's, again, limited in this sub-job to just single target attacks, but she has Horizontal Jump, which, you guys, I'm telling you, this move is great. Horizontal Jump is a really, really good move. She does not have the upgraded version like Vicky has, so it's range height 0. You're only going to be able to use this on, like, flat maps. But it'll do a ton of damage, and it gives her access to that other damage type. And then Ninja, this does give her access to the typeless Earth element ability, but I think with Ninja, you really just want it for that agility support move. Now let's look at her limit break. Okay, slash resistance penetration, 30 for herself, so a way to get through slash resistance. 200% damage, and will inflict a blind, 67% chance to inflict blind for 3 turns on a target. Again, single target. This is one of the things that's holding her back, because like as you scroll through these, here's her AoE damage, right? Again, think of like Lancers who just lack AoE. that's what you got. That's what you got. So she's going to have to close the gap to do her AoE moves. But I do think she'll do a ton of damage. And I think that she will be really evasive, especially when paired with somebody like Zaza. Now, I want to point out a couple things here. One, she's a great candidate for using Titan, the vision card. I know she's getting like her own vision card, and I think her vision card is going to be great on her. But check out Titan. This has been an awkward card to equip in Earth evasion teams, in my opinion, until now. Look at this thing. It's got decent attack and HP on it with some dex. The unit effect is Pierce attack. She can actually make use of this as an evasion unit, get that pierce attack, run that Dragoon subjob, and horizontal jump people to death. I think this is really interesting. Then it gives human killer on physical attacks and evasion to your Earth group. I think she's a great candidate for that card. Now, I do have her vision card pulled up here. I want to point out that if you're equipping her vision card on somebody else in the group, you are losing a little bit of luck and Earth attack up that she would get from this, but I did throw together a team. Right? Just an example of what kind of statue could look like. So here she is at 120. This would be an Earth evasion team with Big Daddy Z and Ketone in the squad. And I gave her some gear. I like the defense pin sword on her a lot. I think that's a good option. Sage's hat and a nice agility TMR. I gave her Odin, and I went ahead and used the Titan vision card on her in this group. I put her vision card onto Zazan, and then I'm getting even more luck from Ketone using Secrets of the Heart. Look at her stat pool here with her support abilities equipped. 5,000 HP, okay, middle of the road, but 1,054 attack, you can get with that. 108 agility, she's freaking fast. 429 luck, great. She has 6 defense and 15 spirit. 30 earth attack, 74 evade. Okay, this is nice. Like, this is going to be a really strong evasion unit. But I like, okay, let me wrap this video up with the like should you pull segment, right? There was what she does and kind of a flavor of a build for her. Will she be like game breakingly overpowered? I don't think so. Will she power up your Earth evasion teams? Yes, I think she will. I think she'll be a great contribution to them. So if you're somebody who uses Big Daddy Zazan and you want to get Pumpkin Spice Frederika, Freaky Frederica, whatever the heck you want to call her, I think go for it, right? I'm going to get her because she's an Earth element, you know, damage dealing, cool looking chick. That's up my alley. That's who I play. So I'm getting her for that reason. And I like to use Zazan. So there's my choice. Now, if you're not an Earth player, guys, she's not, again, I always say this, she's not Dwayne, right? She's not Black Rose Helena. She's not changing the meta in a significant way, in my opinion. So there you go. If you're an Earth player, go for it. If you're not, don't. And that's the video. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please do hit the like button. It helps push it out to more folks. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We're pushing for that 10K, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.